the old Arabian moon god, was called Sin, S-I-N. That was his name, Sin. And in the ancient Arabic language, a mountain is Ai. So you put the god of the mountain, the old moon god of the mountain. They still have the mountain of the moon in Africa today. But when you put the Sin Ai together, it becomes Sinai. Mount Sinai it's the Sin, the moon god, and his mountain is Ai in Arabic. So Mount Sinai, there's nothing holy about Mount Sinai. It's the worship of the moon god. And consequently, this is why the Jewish holidays are after sundown, because that's when the moon comes out. As opposed to, of course, on Sunday, when Christians are worshiping, and Sunday, on the day of the sun. So consequently, all holidays are after sundown because of Moses was the leader of the moon cult. Mount Sinai, Sin Ai. Then there's a time in the Hebrew history, in the Old Testament history, where the planet Saturn became the dominant deity for the Jewish people. Saturn, very important. I would suggest that the planet Saturn is the most important subject you're ever going to be introduced to. Saturn plays a profound, significant part in our country today, in the political situation that this country's in. The planet Saturn is profoundly important to understand. He's referred to as the Lord of the Rings. They still make movies about him. Lord of the Rings. Consequently, Saturn was a very important god to the Hebrews and to the Phoenician Canaanites. And the Phoenician Canaanites actually gave birth to a group of people in northern Europe called the Celtic Druids. Druidism is actually a Phoenician Canaanite theology. It's a Phoenician Canaanite, meaning Druidism in northern Europe and in Western Europe in general actually can be traced back through Rome, back to Greece, back into what we call today Israel and that area, Druidism. And as I've said before, one of the most important symbols of the Druidic Phoenician Canaanite religion is a magic wand. You know, like Merlin the magician with his magic wand. Magic wands were always made out of the wood of the holly tree. It was made out of Hollywood. And this is exactly why we're still being worked the magic on us out of Hollywood. It is a Druidic, Phoenician Canaanite symbol of actual legitimate magic that's being worked on this country. Consequently, let's get back to the planet Saturn for a moment. Saturn is an extremely important planet symbolically in world religions today. The wars that are going on in the Middle East definitely connected to the planet Saturn. And most people have no idea in the world what's going on, but the people who run this world, they're very well aware of the symbols and what these things mean. Saturn was referred to as I said, the Lord of the Rings. Women were told in ancient Israel to listen to their god, so they wore an ear ring. Men were to get married before their god, so they wore a wedding ring. Consequently, the kings were to get to be crowned before their god Saturn, so they wore the round corona, the ring, Lord of the Rings. Consequently, black was the color associated with the planet Saturn. We have different planets and different colors associated with the different planets coming from the ancient world, but black was the color associated with the planet Saturn. So therefore, all the priests would wear black robes, just as Catholic priests wear black robes, judges wear black robes, rabbis wear black robes. Young people graduating from university and college, they come out wearing a black robe. Black robes. Somebody better go back and do your homework. You know what a black robe represents and why judges wear black robes? And consequently, when you graduate from university, it's a Saturnalian event. Saturn is the great teacher, the inhibitor. Incidentally, Saturn was referred to as the inhibitor, one who holds you back and teaches you a lesson. So he holds you back and inhibits you and inhibits your movement. He arrests your movement.
This is why you shouldn't buy just one Mazzato knife. if you only buy one.
So consequently, the Hebrews said, since he's always inhibiting you, and since we go to Tepel on Saturn's day, why don't we just do nothing on Saturday? And that's why today there's something called a Sabbath, in which you do nothing from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Is called Sabbath. But Sabbath is actually based on a Phoenician word, Shabbat. And Shabbat is based on an old ancient Sumerian word for Saturn. Saturn was called Shabbat, and the worship of Saturn was called the Sabbath.